Hello and welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now I've got a little tutorial here for you today, and what I'm going to show you how to do is how to make these little coasters. Now these are the finished products and I've actually packaged them up, and I'm going to show you how I did them. So sorry as well, there's a bit of a shadow down here. I'm in the craft room and there seems to be a bit of a shadow appearing, but we'll carry on anyway. So here we've got the three that I've made in this size. So these are designed to put sand vase on, a pot, anything really. They're cork backed, so you can use them. So we've got this design that I'm going to show you how to make, and also these smaller ones that I've also made and well decorated, and I'm going to show you how I've done these. So what I'll do is I'll show you how I put together the larger ones first. And I'll just move these back here, and I'll show you how I did them. Right, now first what I did is I went into various tile shops to try and find the right tiles that I wanted. These I actually bought from a place called Tops Tiles, and I just loved the design. I thought they were quite different, and all I did for this is I painted round the edge, and I used some chalk paint, but I've used that quite a bit and that's gone a bit old. So what I did was just mix a little bit of cream in with it just to loosen it up a bit, because it had gone quite thick. So all I did was paint that around the edge, because you could kind of see the open tile there. So I painted that around the edge, and then I went over that with this Mod Podge. Now the Mod Podge I've used is the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and I've given it 2 or 3 coats around the edge with that just to seal that. Now what I also did with this is I need to make the bottom so it doesn't scratch anywhere. So I ordered this from Amazon, and this was £5 from Amazon. It's adhesive cork sheets, so they come in little sheets, and on the back, if I take one out, it's sticky. So all you do, and let me show you now, is I'll just measure roughly, and then I'll cut the bit that I don't need, because I'm keeping all of my scraps, so because I'll be able to use them and cut them into smaller bits. So I'll save that scrap, and then all you do is turn it over and literally just peel off the back very carefully, because it is quite thin, of your cork, and then place that over the top of the tile, and then just press down so it's all covered. Now some of the tiles are a bit bumpy. I didn't necessarily want the smooth look, so just make sure you press in the little grooves, and then you have something that looks like that. Now all you have to do then is to cut around the edge with a pair of scissors. Now some people, I have noticed, cut the cork smaller so it kind of runs along the edge and has a little round bit there, but because the tiles are a bit marked on the bottom, I wanted to go right the way to the edge, so I'm just going to cut all the way around that with my scissors now. Okay, so now I've just literally cut around the edge. You can use a knife, a craft knife, or you can actually just use scissors as I've just used. So that's that part done. Just make sure it's pushed in around the edges there. You need to make sure the corners are stuck down. Now you can use these to put on your windowsill, to put plant pots on or anything like that. Now what I wanted to do was to package them up so you could give them as presents, or you could maybe sell them at a craft fair. So what I decided to do was to use this natural type raffia. I've just got a bundle of this that I bought from eBay. If you just type in raffia, then or natural raffia, then it should come up. So I'll just pull out a piece of that and I'll show you how I wrapped it round. So you just get it this way. I don't know if you can hear the wind. It's really, really windy in the UK at the moment. It's Saturday today, and it's blowing really, really windy out there. So all I've done is I've just wrapped through and gone round, and I'm just literally going to tie it in a bow, and that's all I did on the other ones. Now if you wanted to put some labels on, you could put some labels on. I printed some labels handmade labels or hand decorated, whatever you wanted to put on it, or decorated with love, or the name of just the name of your name, or name of your business, or anything really you could stick on them. So there we go, we've got that. And I've got a little basket here that has a few different tags in, so you could make your own tag, just a little gift tag with a tag punch, and pop that in. Here's a few that I've made and decorated previously. You could always put them on. There's a few of those. I thought they were a little bit big, but this sort of size is quite a good size, so you could actually just stick that on there and pop that in. And then what I did, let's just pop that basket back, is put them in a cello bag. Now this tile is quite a good size. It's bigger than a normal coaster size, so I wanted a slightly bigger bag. So I just went through my stash of cello bags and literally found one that was about the right size for my tile. So the size cello bag will depend on, obviously, on your tile. So what I did was pop the tile through, take off the pulley strip like that, and I want the opening to be at the bottom, so just fold it over and then pull it down like that, so that the bit that's closed is at the top. And then all I did was get some of my paper pads, and you can use any paper pad that you want, and cut out a little section and literally folded it over, and then I'll use that to fasten on the top. And I just put a little sticker on the top, and that's literally all I did, and it makes that then into a nice little present. So that's how I made those tiles. I'll just show you another design that we did pick up. This is another design that was again from Tops Tiles. That was a sample. You can actually buy the odd tile from in there, and I think B&Q you can. I'm not sure where else sells them. So we bought the odd tile. It was under £1. But you can do any design that you want. So there we go. That's how we made those and decorated those. So now I'm going to show you how I put together this little set, if you can see there. So yeah, let me show you. We'll just jump straight into that. Now, from Tops Tiles, I think I bought these from as well. I found these, I wanted some that were not straight, so they were not kind of perfect. In B&Q I found some white ones that were literally a perfect square, but I wanted something that was a little bit wobbly, a little bit sort of wobbly and uneven around the edges, and that's what I found in there. And these again were samples, so I didn't have to buy a full box. So I just picked up 4 of the darker cream, which is this one, and then 4 which was very slightly lighter cream than this. Now what I actually did, I'll tell you the process of how I got through doing it. I took a tile and I painted over the top in just some normal chalk paint. Now I don't know if you have to do this, but I did. So I painted it with chalk paint over the top as I wanted the napkins to stick. I also painted around the edge as well. Okay, so that was the first thing I did. Then I got a napkin. I picked the napkin that I wanted. Now I've also, if you look through my videos, I go into quite into depth of how you put napkins onto things. But what I did was I picked a part of the napkin that I wanted to use, and in this case, this napkin came from eBay, but in this case I wanted the corners, so I literally cut out a little shape like that from each corner, and one of these napkins does 4. So I cut out that, and then over the top of this tile, or this kind of tile, painted and dried, I put a layer of normal Mod Podge, and I used matte. I didn't want a shiny finish. I used normal Mod Podge, separated it as we do with the 3 layers, placed it over the top, and then used my cling film. So you peel a bit of cling film off like that over the top, and then you just rub it. Now I find that if you use your paintbrush straight onto the napkin, I always rip the napkin. So I find that if you put the a little layer of cling film over the top, then it stops your napkin ripping. So once you've got to that stage, you have to let it dry. Okay, so here's one that I did earlier on, and I've left it to dry. Now, as you can see, you've got some frayed bits around the edge that are not neat. Now, you would think, oh, maybe I could just cut them off. But if you just cut them off, you will not get a neat edge. And especially we've got a wobbly tile, so it won't be neat. So the thing you need to do for that is to get a normal nail file or emery type board and literally pull it away, stroke it down and just pull it away from what you're trying to rip. And I've done that there, and I'm just going to show you that you get an absolutely lovely neat edge. So I'm just going to do that with the rest of the tile and I'll come back to you. Okay, now I've just gone round the edge there, and it's all come off and it's all nice and clear. So that's that part of the tile done. The next thing we have to do is to put the cork exactly the same way on the bottom. Now what I did was just cut some little pieces here that are roughly about the size that I need, and again all you have to do is peel off the back very carefully, because you feel like you're going to rip the cork actually when you start peeling it, so you just have to be careful. Oh look, I've just done that. So, and all you have to do is just pop that. I won't pop it on because I've ripped it, so you just pop it on like that and press it down, and then literally just cut around it. So as you can see, it is really quite delicate, so just be careful when you're pulling the cork off. Now the other things that you can use are felt. I know a lot of people have used felt. I haven't used that. I quite like the idea of using the cork, so if it's cost effective, I'm going to do it that way. So once you've done that and you've got the felt, the cork on the bottom, that's it, literally that part complete. And all I did then was literally give it 3 layers of Mod Podge. Now the Mod Podge I'm using is the dishwasher safe, so I'm hoping that will withstand the temperatures. I've given them both 3 coats and give them a good 2 hours, sometimes overnight, to dry in between. And the dishwasher safe doesn't actually leave it sticky, and it won't leave it shiny either, so I don't want them to be sticky. So go over them with your Mod Podge. Now this tile I wanted to show you was a slightly different type. So this one we've got, which are the wavy ones, and this is a plain tile that was literally just plain white and it was shiny, and I purchased that from B&Q. So cool, can you hear that wind? I don't know if you can pick it up, it's really windy. And I just used exactly the same napkin, and it seems to have come out quite well, and I've backed it as well. So I'll get another 3 of those and I'll make those into a set with the same napkin so the whole set matches. Now with ideas of wrapping, so I want some ideas of making them look like a present. Within my stash I've got this raffia paper, so again you could use the natural one, which is the same as the other sort I used, or I've got this paper type raffia. I've got that kind of light blue, baby blue, and I've got a pink one. You can also buy them on rolls. You can get them on eBay, Hobbycraft, The Works, The Range, lots of places sell them. Depending on what colour napkin you use, or depend what colour raffia ribbon that you want. So the natural type one that we used before would go with anything. And all I did again is tie it round exactly the same way with the bow and put on one of these little handmade with love tags, and that is it. That's all I've done. Now I've made this into a set of 2, but I will be making them into a set of 4, so I think they look really nice as a set of 4. It makes it a nice present. So that's it, folks. That's all I did, and I'd really like it if a few of you wanted to go and you had a little go at doing it. Please let me know how you got on. I love to hear some of my subscribers when they say they're not necessarily crafters, but I have kind of given them the idea to do things, and it's made them feel like they want to have a go. And it is about enjoying yourself, and it is about not worrying if you get it right or wrong. So have a go, guys, and please do let me know how you get on. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, and I just want to thank you all for subscribing and all for your support. If you've got a lovely comment, I love reading them, and take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye, folks.